When I get within 3 to 4 weeks of earning my current credit card sign up bonus, I start prepping for my next card. Hey, I'm Leen on Travel, and not only am I looking at the best available offers out there right now, but I'm prepping my own accounts to try to get an automatic approval. Here are the 5 steps that I follow when I'm preparing to open a new credit card. Number one, consider the timing of applying based on my 524 status, credit score, and elevated offers. Step number two is check my FICO score. Step number three is check my existing credit card limits. Step number four is research what card I'm going to apply for. And then finally, step number five is prep my application notes. I have only ever been denied 2 credit cards, and none of those are from Chase, which is crazy considering my husband and I have already opened up 23 credit cards over the past 2 years. So let's break that down for you to also try to get an automatic approval for you as well. So first off, is it the right time to apply? Always wait to apply for your next credit card until you have met your current sign-up bonus. Your points get deposited after your statement cycle closes. You don't have to wait until this happens. Just make sure that they are pending so that you're safe to move on to the next credit card. Slow and steady wins the travel hacking race. We don't want Chase to red flag us and deem us as suspicious because our velocity is too high. While the most conservative rule is getting approved for a card only every 90 days, the typical wait between personal card applications is more like 45 to 75 days. Know that with business cards, I definitely do advise waiting 90 days between credit card approvals because it's just hard to justify why you need yet another business credit card so soon. If you get a credit card denial, you should wait 30 days to apply for a different card from the same bank. Of course, this is after you've already dealt with recon, especially if it's Chase. But if you're going to another bank to try for a different card, you don't have to wait the 30 days. Apply as soon as you want. Every once in a while, I'm interested in 2 different cards with lower minimum spends from different banks. I will also apply for those the exact same day so that the bank with the second credit card application doesn't see on my credit report that I also just applied yet for another card. Your credit inquiry won't be reported to your credit report until the next day, so doing it the same day has always been successful for me. Next up, what is your Chase's 524 status? Unless I don't plan to open any Chase credit cards in the near future, I always want to make sure that I have opened up less than 4 personal cards in a 24-month period. Because Chase Ultimate Rewards are a phenomenal travel hacking value, I usually don't go longer than like 4 to 6 months without either my spouse or I applying for a new Chase credit card. While most business cards do not count against your 524 status, know that Discover Business Cards and Capital One's Spark Cash Select, Spark Miles, and Spark Mile Select do show up on your personal credit report. Therefore, those cards do count against your 524 status, so I caution you in applying for them, especially since there's a lot better business cards out there, honestly. What card are you applying for? So about a month before I hit my current credit card sign-up bonus, I start researching what card I want to apply for. While I do have a good video on the top 5 cards every travel hacker should have, you should also be considering the current elevated offers. So let's start with elevated offers. All point ecosystems periodically increase their sign-up bonus for each of their credit cards. I love to reference Points Guide on when I can expect an increased sign-up bonus offer based on the history. Sometimes it's worth waiting to apply if you can expect an increased sign-up bonus soon. But if you don't want to wait, know that Chase is great with matching you to the current elevated sign-up bonus if it's been less than 3 months since you're approved for that same card. I will also share elevated offers on my credit card offers shorts playlist. So Travel Freely. If you haven't downloaded the Travel Freely app yet, do it now. It is the best app to keep track of what cards you have already opened and when. It has a countdown clock so that you know how long to wait until your next application. And it even makes recommendations on what card you should consider opening next based on current best offers. Okay, so are you applying for a specific credit card like an Inc. or Capital One? Let's start with the inks. Check out my recently released video titled Improve Your Odds of Approval for Chase Business Cards, which goes over the most important things that you need to know to ensure that you get approved for these coveted ink business cards. Chase has gotten really strict on approvals for all of their business cards over the last several months, so that includes co-branded cards along with the inks. So the really big tip that I need to mention here is that your odds of approval goes significantly down the more business cards that you have already opened with Chase, especially if you have more than 2 Chase business cards already opened. So definitely close out the business cards that you're no longer needing and are more than a year old. Okay, so what about Capital One? I also have a newer video that goes into more detail, which is titled Improve Your Odds of Approval for Capital One Credit Cards. But know that Capital One is very sensitive to credit inquiries, so getting this card early on in your travel hacking journey will greatly improve your odds of getting approval. But if you're not early on in your travel hacking journey, just try to wait 4 to 6 months since your last credit card application to increase your odds of approval. If you don't get approved for the Venture X, try the Venture Rewards card 30 days later or vice versa. You're allowed to actually get both of these cards as long as it's been 6 months in between them. Next up, check your credit score. Is it above 750 or so? Then you honestly shouldn't have a problem getting approved for the most premium credit cards. If your credit score is closer to 700 to 730 or so, you still have good odds of approval for most other travel hacking favorites, like the Business Inks and co-branded cards. If you're under 700, work on that score. Know that having a recent high credit utilization can make your credit score temporarily drop for 2 to 3 months, as this part of your FICO score makes up 30% of it. So if this is the reason for a recent credit drop, just wait another month and then check your score again before you start applying. Speaking of your credit score, also make sure that you don't close a personal card with a huge credit limit right before you apply, as that large limit could be a big positive factor in your credit score. Next up, add up your credit limits. It's really important to make sure that you don't already have too much credit available to you already, because why would the bank want to give you even more? The banks, especially Chase, are likely to stop approving us for new credit cards if available credit across all cards, which does include our business cards with that exact same bank, exceeds 50% of our household income. So as a result, I occasionally request my credit limits to be lowered, especially right before credit applications. Chase has a history of automatically increasing my credit limit without even telling me. So that's why this step is especially important to start a month before you're ready to apply for a new credit card. For me personally, I know that I've never been denied a Chase credit card and only one American Express business card, that I have my available credit between my personal and business cards equaling 25 to 30% of my household income. I keep business credit limits around $3,000 to $5,000 per card. And then with personal cards, I usually just have one card whose limit is about $15,000, and then the rest are like $2,000 to $5,000 per card. Finally, is your application info organized and ready to go? Because how much my bank trusts me is very important to continually getting approved for more credit cards. Staying organized with my previous applications are really important. I don't want big discrepancies between the income that I reported last time and this time. So again, about a month before my application, I will update my household income on my bank's profile so that it matches the income I'm reporting on my new credit card application. I also save screenshots of my previous applications so that I can see what I put down for my household income and business info, like the business category, type, subtype, business monthly expenditures and annual income, its EIN, established date, business name, and legal structure type. All this stuff needs to be organized so that it stays consistent from application to application. Lastly, don't forget to use my referral links for each card that you apply for as a way to show your support for Leen on Travel. And of course, with that, continued support and guidance as you start earning your way to free travel too. All it means is use my links, which are linked in the video's application, instead of Googling to get to the credit cards application. As mentioned, my link tree can be found in every video's description, as well as on the resources page on my blog, which is leanontravel.weebly.com. Again, shoot me a comment if you want guidance on what cards to open for your free dream vacation. Finally, like and subscribe to keep learning and stay in the know with travel hacking and everything Leen on Travel.